Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw.
Well. If you are here and you clicked on this video, it's because this is your new favorite commander, guaranteed. Or you just might be a cat person. Or you just happen to read all that text in the text box and you were like, it does this? And it just started kicking those neurons and all those electrical signals in your brain on what you could do. So I must say, welcome. Welcome to Roxanne, Starfall Savant. So, before we even get started, you might want to know what the word savant means. Yes, I had to Google it. So, I got my phone ready. Let me read the definition. Okay. The definition for savant is a learned person, a formal word for someone who is wise and learned, especially in a particular subject. Oh, that just makes the flavor text on this card even better. Actually, the name, not flavor text, because there's none. Starfall Savant. So she's wise in creating starfall of meteorites. Oh, you do know what she does, do you? I don't know if you do, but I'm about to read the card because I'm excited to bring you 5 cards that might be a little bit out of the box or just cards that you could probably add to the theme of what you're doing already with her. So let's get started. Roxanne, Starfall Savant, for 3 red and green. She's a Gruul commander. Never seen that on a cat. Anyways, legendary creature, cat druid, 4/3 body. She says whenever Roxanne Starfall Savant enters the battlefield or attacks. Just a little caveat. The When you ever see a card that says enters the battlefield or attacks, this is a little Titan mechanic from the Titan cycle from the Magic universe. So whenever you see a creature that says it does something when it enters or attacks, that's the Titan cycle effect. Super cool. Just Google cards that say Titan. Anyway, whenever Roxanne enters the battlefield or attacks, create a tapped colorless artifact token named Meteorite. Starfall, Meteorite. Let's see. And then Meteorite says when Meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. And tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Just remember, when the Meteorite comes on the battlefield, it comes in tapped. It comes in tapped. Because trust me, I tried it and I forgot that it happens. Okay, last ability. Whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, add 1 mana of any type that artifact token produced. Awesome. So you're probably wondering, are treasure tokens artifact tokens that tap for mana? Yes. Power Stone tokens, do they tap for mana? Yes. They're a little tricky though, Power Stone tokens, but they meet the criteria here. So, welcome to Roxanne Starfall Savant. Let me give you those cards. Let's get right into her. All right. Mm, let me let me lock in. I'm locked in. So, just to let you know, on EDH Rec, they have these 2 cards here, right? So, if you've never played with these cards, I feel like one's better than the other, but it's for the situation, right? So, my favorite one is the one on the left, Second Harvest. For 4 mana, instant speed. For each token you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. So, what's going to happen here is you run the scenario where you've played Roxanne, you got 4 meteorite tokens out there, and you need to finish off your opponent. So if you cast a spell, you're going to create 4 more meteorite tokens. That's a total of 8 damage that could possibly finish off an opponent. And guess what? You can do this at instant speed, meaning on another player's turn after some crazy scenario happened. That is amazing. Amazing. It's like an instant kill, right? Moving on. For the common good, it's XX and a green. Sorcery speed, meaning only on your turn. Create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. Then tokens you control gain indestructible until your next turn. You gain 1 life for each token you control. This card is good when you are down to probably the lowest of 1 meteorite and you need to make meteorites. Because let's be honest, You played with Roxanne, maybe probably the third time, and your opponents are like, oh, this is an on-site kill commander. On-site, she does not get any playtime. What's nasty about Roxanne is when you cast her one time, you pretty much paid for her commander tax. Ooh, because the artifacts, the meteorites that she made, tap for mana. So, you made two, that's 2 mana. You pay the commander tax, that's 7. Oh, you already had, you in the ball game. So she just eliminated commander tax. So, back to for the common good. If you're down to like one meteorite after some kind of scenario where a vandal blast has happened, destroy all artifacts, whatever, this is good to create those meteorites. And guess what? You get to do damage. Let's say you tapped a total of 7 mana for this. You would be making 3 meteorites times 2. That's 6 damage. Not only they'll become indestructible, cool, that's good, but you gain 1 life for each token you control. So you would gain 4 life. Not bad. Don't forget, you already had to have 1 meteorite token already. So that's why I say these 2 cards are highly recommended, but they're for the scenario of what happens and during your gameplay. One's a finisher when you have a bunch of meteorites already ready to go. The other is I need to make meteorites suddenly. Okay, this is a brand new card from Foundations. It's a dragon. You know what dragons do? They they're a special place in your heart first. So let me introduce Twin Flame Tyrant for 5 mana, 3/5 body dragon. It does have flying. If your dragon does not have flying, throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. It says if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead. So every time your meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage. If Twin Flame Tyrant is on the battlefield, it will deal 4 damage. Ooh wee. Woo, that's tough. That's tough. So every time you attack with Roxanne, you get a meteorite and it does 4 damage. Gross. Then let's not forget extra combat phases. Every time you go to combat, you get to make another meteorite. I think what people don't what people don't understand until you play with Roxanne, she's a creature removal at the same time. Like I've had experience where an opponent has Rowan on the other side. Everybody knows Rowan, the Rakdos commander 4/2 that does all the crazy stuff by paying life and spells it costs are cheaper. Gross. Anyway, it happens to be a 4/2 body. Every time I went to attack, Rowan got killed easily. It's only 2 toughness. So if you multiply it, making it 4, what are we talking about here, man? It's a powerful card. It's a powerful card. So Roxanne is a mana generator, creature removal, all on a commander. Mana doubler, actually. Like it's crazy powerful. Crazy powerful. By far, this is my favorite card. This is my favorite card to show y'all. Sneaky good. Great value. Great value. So, Freestrider Lookout for 2 and a green, 3/3 body, human rogue. She has reach. She says, whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once each turn. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. So guess what? When a meteorite comes into play, it deals 2 damage to any target. Guess what? You have committed a crime. Therefore, you get to go look at the top 5 cards of your library and put a land into the battlefield tapped. This is really good, especially early, mid game. Just being able to drop lands into play for something you're already doing. The synergy here is crazy. Crazy. And you're not limited to the meteorites. I just highlighted that because that's just a built-in effect with your commander. Yeah. You also gonna have removal spells in your hand that you're going to target, and that's committing a crime, you criminal. Yo, so we back here, right? I'm bringing you Underworld Breach. You're going to use this card as a tutor. Yes, uh, Roxanne, a very powerful commander, and I wasn't expecting to discover this. Gruul to have a tutor to actually look for any card is very rare. Like the only tutor that I really can think of that is effective is Gamble. For one red mana, you look for a card from your deck and you put it in your hand, then discard a card randomly. That's not fun. But anyway, Underworld Breach for 2 mana, one in a red. It's an enchantment. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast cards from your graveyard for their escape cost. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice to Underworld Breach. So you will be playing this with intention. Your intention is to find whatever card you need that is in your library, and you'll be able to cast it for its escape cost. So, first glance, you're looking at it, you probably can't really pop off because what happens if those cards are not in your graveyard? How? I'm asking you, how can you get these cards from your library into your graveyard? That is the question. How can you use this as a tutor? So, let me introduce you to the combo with an explanation. So, we're going to start over here to the left. You're going to need a soul ring or a mana positive card. Mana positive means it's got to tap for +1 mana, right? If I'm wrong, please put in the comments, explain it better than I did. So Soul Ring is my favorite suggestion, right? You tap it, add 2 colors mana. Next card you're going to need is Grinding Station. For 2, it's an artifact. It says sacrifice an artifact. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Whenever an artifact comes into play, you may untap Grinding Station. And third card is Underworld Breach. Just to recall it quick, each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. So what we'll be doing here is you need all 3 on the battlefield. Okay, you will tap your Soul Ring for mana, sack it to Grinding Station, putting the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. And if there is a card in your graveyard you want to play, you exile 3 cards for its escape cost and you cast it. Easy as that. So you can do this multiple times. So the trick is recast your Soul Ring, which costs 1 mana, and exile 3 cards. Put it into play. Tap it for 2 mana. You'll be mana positive because it's 1 mana. Okay. Sacrifice an artifact. Mill the top 3 cards. Rinse and repeat until you find the card that you need. And these could be the cards such as Second Harvest or For Their Common Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what this does. That's what this does. Uh, this is an answer. Tutors are not common. I should say, any type of card tutors are not common in red or green. So enjoy this combo. Explain it in the comments if I was wrong with it. But I know I'm not. So I just been brewing a little bit, just a little bit. Like this card is great for the in-game scenario. It may not be a banger, but it's a low key, like, hey, you can do some extra damage. So we got Sunshot Militia from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It's a common. If you know me, if you play with my pod, I'm the guy that plays with commons and uncommons looking for synergy. Well, I think this is one. For one in a red, 1/3 body human soldier, it says tap 2 untapped artifacts or creatures you control. Sunshot Militia deals 1 damage to each opponent. Activate only as a sorcery. So, like, how many times do you have opponents that are down to 5 life, 3 life, 4 life, and they just need to just go away and lose? this is the answer. For 2 mana, drop it into play. Let's say you have 6 meteorites and maybe some other creatures out there. You could possibly do like 4 damage. 4 damage to finish off an opponent. It's gonna be on your turn, but that's 4 damage that you just got to do just by tapping artifacts and or creatures. So this is the summary. Roxanne, Starfall Savant is a little French word, savant. Definitely my favorite commander since 2024 of December. Moving on to January. I'm wearing this because it's cold right now with this crazy Arctic tundra blast that's going on through the US. But yeah, this commander is super cool. She's fast, she's powerful, mana doubler. What else? Creature removal. Like, come on, man. This is a must try. Must try. There's so many different guides out there for her. I think these 5 card suggestions and just my play experience that I'm willing to share with you is going to make the acquisition and play gameplay of her just that much more fun. You're going to have a blast. It's like the reason why you chose this card is just like the cat distribution system. It chose you. Peace. Subscribe.